the voice. You know, I did a reality show with Mark Burnett. Of course, he's the executive producer of that show called Expedition Impossible. We were out in Morocco for 5 weeks, no contact with other humans, and it was a crazy thing. We trekked over 500 miles, so I lost like 35 pounds doing that. So anyways, when I saw him when he won that Emmy, I said, man, look, watch your back because I'm coming for you. I know where you live. Okay, like give me that Emmy. But no, it was good. I was happy for them that they won, but I'd be lying to you if I didn't tell you that I wanted to win. So our show won, but you know, hopefully next year.
Right out here of Los Angeles, Crenshaw High won city and state basketball championships. Why then football? When did you, I mean, you always played football, or when did the basketball turn to football?
No, basketball turned to football my senior year in high school because my brother was an outstanding football player in high school, college, and the pros. In fact, he's the all-time sack leader for the Green Bay Packers and at our alma mater, San Diego State. So he was always a stud. And so I think they were all trying to, you know, reduplicate his production. It's like, well, why don't you play football? I was like, that's for crazy people. I'm a basketball player. I thought I was going to be playing next to Magic Johnson. Anyway, that never happened. Spent 16 years of my life playing basketball. Had 0 basketball scholarships and 5 offers for football scholarship. I only played 1 year.
Yeah, KGB was his brother, his brother, and was one of just a phenom sack machine at Green Bay. I have the exact same story with my older sister, except for not with football, but working at the Gap. She's fair to middling. You may fit in somewhere here folding jeans at some point. You know, keep your studies up, play your cards right, got a nose clean, and you may be at the Sherman Oaks Gap one day.
That sounds like a line out of Coming to America. One day you'll be a
franchise manager.
Yeah. What did your parents instill in you guys to make you so focused and humble and work ethic? And I mean, I just, from the short time I got to spend with you guys, I just walked away and thought, God, that's impressive. Really focused, visually oriented. I mean, something's going on. Something was passed down.
I think it was the fear of the koboko, which I'll explain later, and just, I think our parents just guilted us, but maybe it was a little bit of guilt, but they would always share with us their struggles from coming from Nigeria and how good we had it when we thought we had it bad. And they would just share, like, do you want to go back to Nigeria? Do you want to? And so it was always that threat, and so anyways, it was always education. In a Nigerian household, I mean, for all you Nigerian listeners, they would know this is all about education. They would use it as this trophy piece. I know such and such, and they always snap their finger when they said it. Yes, it's PhD, it's PhD. And so if you don't have your PhD or your master's, it's not master's, your master's. You need your master's. And so,
this, by the way, the problem when your family's heritage is from Italy, because when I shout at my kids, you want to go back to Italy? And they're like, where are they, off the coast? Or where are we going? Where are we going? And I'm like, yeah, hold on. Yeah, I got to get Nigeria there.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where that came from. And then if we grew up in the hood, like I said, and my dad would always threaten us with the koboko, and it was just this, essentially a braided up horse tail that, you know, you would spank your kids with. And
still attached to the horse, or
no,
okay, that would be dangerous.
no, I think they cut it off.
They get off the horse.
And
clear now.
Yeah, and so anyways, it was this braided thing, and I think they threatened us. They never whipped us with it, but
your Joseph, who's a couple years older than you, I'm guessing KGB. By the time he was 16, I'm guessing he could have taken Pops and bent him into a pretzel, right?
That's true, but my dad, no, actually, no, he couldn't have. My dad, when we were younger, he's 6'3", 300 plus pounds.
Oh, your dad?
My dad, yeah. So he was always just this stout man.
Why are the Nigerians so stout?
Because of the food that we eat, fufu. The fufu that we eat makes us just big.
Because, I mean, you go, all right, so what I don't know, the Kenyans, they run long distances, but they don't tote the rock in the NFL. Then the aforementioned, when we talked about before, last time I was in here, like, I can show you a picture of Christian Okoye, and you'll be like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Like,
he's thick-necked. He's thick-necked.
Everything's thick on him.
Yeah.
Like, when you start seeing veins in thighs,
Oh, no.
that means you're a big dude. Don't, take your time, Gary, but when you find the right picture of Christian Okoye, you can put it up there.
And his shoulder pads, too.
How far away is, Ethiopia, or, let's say, Kenya from Nigeria? Like, what are we talking about?
It's all the way east. I mean, well, you think about it.
I'm sorry, I'm not looking at
The United States will fit in the continent, about 2.5, I think, will fit in the continent of Africa. And the distance between Nigeria to Ethiopia
Hello?
is what I'd imagine is further from
Hello?
LA to New York. So it's quite a distance.
Hello?
literally the body type from olive oil to basically
Pluto?
well, it's good keeping with Popeye, but I was thinking just more your Mr. T.
Okay.
Like, it's just a weird thing. It's Africa. Why is everyone just the same?
No, it's not. No, they're different, and I think a lot of it has to do with the type of the culture that we live in, the type of foods that we eat is totally different. And we're just into different things. But you're right. There's a slimmer build when you look at the east, and when you go to the west, you get a lot of the thicker, muscular, more explosive, fast. If you're looking at just the physiological.
So your dad was 6'3", 300 pounds.
Yep. Mom's 5'7", was 5'7".
What was your KGB, your brother? He was a big dude, but it wasn't.
No, he wasn't. No, he was. He was lighter. He was actually considered a light defensive.
Well, he was
end.
light, but he was a taller guy.
He was tall. Yeah, 6'4", 200. On a good day, he could have been 240. But he mostly played between 236 and
He
240.
was one of the sort of new breeds of the speed rush
Yes.
guys, the longer guys. They used to just take all the big dudes.
That's right.
Put them up front, and they realized, well, why do we need a dude that weighs? Look, the quarterback weighs 215 pounds. Let the guy weigh 240, not 340. Just as long as he's bigger and hits him with velocity, he'll be fine. And they're long, so they a lot of reaching and strict
And they're
sacks and
fast. I mean, my brother, I remember when he ran his 40, he ran like a 4.52, and at that kind of size, that kind of weight, and then, being able to get to the quarterback, that was really the start of getting these speedy, like Javon Curse, who's like the freak. They called him the Javon Freak. He was the freak. KGB, actually, the reason why he got that nickname was because of John Madden. John Madden couldn't say Kabir Baji. He was getting all these sacks, and he couldn't say, he said, well, look here on the replay, and you see Kabir Baji. And before he says, Kabir Baji via Miller, the play was over, they were off to the next. So he's like, I got to be able to get in and out of this. So they start calling KGB, which is obviously the Russian CIA, and so it just made sense because that's kind of how he was on the defense. Yeah.
Killer Green Bud.
And you say he's still in Green Bay, right?
So I'm actually going out there next week to go visit him. My dad lives out there as well. He has a massive compound. So, we grew up as Michael Jackson fans in our household. I think almost every Nigerian is a Michael Jackson fan. I've never met one that isn't. And so, Michael Jackson has Neverland. Elvis Presley has Graceland. We are Christians in our household. And Kabir has Graceland in Green Bay. And it's this massive compound. 30,000 square foot home, 16 or 17 acres.
Hold on, 30,000 square foot home?
Yeah, if I'm not, you can Google this too. I'm not sure, but I think he has the largest home in the state of Wisconsin.
Well, 30,000. That's massive.
Like a city?
Well, the White House is 55,000 square feet.
For a little heads up, I mean, a 10,000 square foot home is a huge one. So at 30,000, you're starting to get into candy smelling territory. Not that your brother played defense as good as Candy did. The 50s, he was great. So did you find the Christian running or something, and you'll just see how big he was.
I mean, and his shoulder pads, see, look at that.
I let him tackle me, but
He's the Nigerian
The closest thing I've trying to your money in there. Well, I would do that, and if it got like halfway heavy, I was like, yeah, I saved so much money. I'd open it up with a can opener and spin it. Kabir, by the time we got out of high school, maybe had like 7 or 8 of them. I mean, just full of cash. Then when we got to college, we were both on scholarship. And so everything comes free for you when you're at San Diego State or you're on scholarship, but you got scholarship checked. My brother, I hope he doesn't get mad about this, but he graduated with $10,000. $10,000. So just remember, in college, $700 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
To graduate with no debt, and then on top of that, graduate with $10,000, he made sure. I mean, so he was always
Let's be clear. You get a per diem.
Yes, your per diem.
Yeah,
Yes.
your scholarship athlete. They go, well, you got to be able to go out and have piece of pizza every once in a
Sure.
while, or get some laundry detergent or something. So we'll give you a little stipend.
Extra.
You're turning off money.
Whatever you gotta get. Oh, listen, you gotta buy a hooker every once in a while and score some blow. Whatever it is, you need a stipend to per diem.
Right.
So you're here, and he would just keep all that.
He would save it. He would save it and save it, and he actually even too at that time puts his money into Janice Fund. He's teaching me about it. And I put my money in Janice Fund, and I remember I put $2,500 in Janice Funds, and I was like, oh man, this is great. And it turned into like $28.75. I think that was the actual number. It was like $28.75. I took all the money out. I was like, I'm rich. I made $375 in a short amount of time. I thought I was rich. Meanwhile, his was growing.
I hate to play the ugly stereotype of the African-American jock who's socking away money, being super prudent with his investments, but this is, I mean, obviously I got to bring it up.
If you heard it once,
That's what we're everyone at home is thinking about this right now. The names, the list, just goes on and on and on. Yeah,
You're a lefty.
I'm a lefty.
Yeah,
Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, I'm a lefty too. Lefties always recognize lefties. Righties never do that. They go, oh, you're a righty. Lefties always do that.
Yeah, I think it's a better way to be because it forces you to use your right hand. It's sort of like they'll tell you in sports all the time. If you play basketball, dribble with your left hand. With your right hand, start going to your left. Start doing. If you're boxing, work on that jab. That's your weak arm. Start working on that jab. Work on that the thing you're bad at. And the thing about being left-handed is, as I always said, my hypoid saw, the real torquey worm drive saw that when I used to do construction, everyone would use a skill saw. You had to use with your right hand because you couldn't see the blade. You wouldn't see where you were cutting.
Yeah.
And so you just had to use your right hand, and then you had to start doing a bunch of tools. A bunch of things were made for a right-handed person. You had to get good with your right hand.
I feel your pain. Same thing happened with me in golf and baseball. I had to do it right because my parents couldn't afford to go find some left-handed golf clubs, so I just to this day, I still golf right-handed.
I could remember and thought about this a million years, but pickup games back in the day, baseball games, like we'd play a game called Over the Line, and there'd be those games like 3-on-3 baseball. And I had this technique. I was a good outfielder. I didn't have a baseball mitt, and I'm left-handed. So I would use whoever was hitting's right onto the left hand, do a move like Jim Abbott would do.
And take it off?
Yeah, just whip and throw it down. Yes. Boy, this is all it took.
Yeah, that's the same for me as well.
And it's a weird thing that you were catching with your good hand, actually, and once you did it several hundred times, the motion was so fast that as you were running in from the outfield, getting ready to throw that ball into home plate to try to get the runner was tagging up or scoring from second, the motion was so smooth and fast that it probably didn't take any time off the actual motion.
The transition.
Yeah, you just got used to it. Also, it'd be nice if we had better parents who would have just bought us a damn glove that went onto our right hand. That's a novelty. But I remember you would go to like Big Five, you go to the sporting goods store, and you go, I need a baseball mitt, and just be looking down the aisle and be like, oh man, righty.
Might as well just take this one.
Yeah, and then there's this pink one made of naga hide that's miniature that has a picture of a My Little Pony on it or something. It's like, oh, that's the one for the left.
I'll stick with the left. The right.
I always had to use all my brother's baseball gloves for that exact same reason, because we're both lefties.
But you're lefty?
Yeah, so I just oversized big boys, and I wasn't exactly
I don't believe you. Let me see you write something.
I will. Handwriting.
You wouldn't know to watch me write either. I'll let you do that. I'll tell you guys about TrueCar, and then we'll get on to do a little news, although we got a videotape.
Oh yeah, this is for Akbar.
Show Akbar, but hold on a second. Pricing info. It's all good to know, right? But what about the actual buying experience? That's where TrueCar comes in. They have certified dealers. Enjoy a faster process. Find the car you want. Go to TrueCar.com. Save tons of money. Your brother would love this. By the way, lock in the price. You find out what everyone else is paying for that car, new or used, right in real time in your own zip code. Lock in the price. Go to the certified dealer and pick up your car. No haggling. No getting screwed over by the man. Over 2 million cars have been sold by over 11,000 TrueCar certified dealers. So the average savings is $3,279 off of MSRP, man. Not too shabby. Buy new or buy used, it doesn't matter. Go TrueCar.com, or you can download the app. TrueCar app, baby. True.
I'm about to go there right now because I'm looking for a Tesla. I want a Tesla.
I got a Tesla.
Do you really? Let me have it.
It's my wife, so I got to talk to her. But yeah. Yeah, it's nice.
What are the chances in the world that you have 3 people in studio that are like him?
100% of the people.
Yeah. It's
That's the only guy like you.
right. So what video did you have?
Okay, this is actually for both of you. Akbar, it'll be obvious why it's for you right away, and maybe it's something you want to think about for Natalia.
All right.
There's this Facebook video that just exploded today. It's everywhere in honor of American Ninja Warrior. This dad, I don't know how long it took him, but he made a mini course. Did you see it?
Yes, I just saw it. I got hit up like 20 times today.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
A mini course in his backyard, a full mini course for his daughter, which not only is it cool because it really is sort of to scale in its own way, but like everything is sort of precise. He has jump ropes, he has monkey bars, he has
the whole thing.
the whole thing, and it's for his daughter. So you know, it shows she doesn't know the difference. She's having fun. Nobody told her she can't do it. So it's pretty cool. There's ramps, there's zip lines, and she does the whole
You know my favorite part?
What?
He had the built-in noise.
Yes.
To American Ninja Warrior Denver Salon.
Oh, we're not getting video. There we go. Yeah, it's awesome, and you know, I don't want to put any ideas in Natalia's head, but it's pretty cool.
Warrior Denver City Finals. Our next athlete.
Daughter. 4, 3.5.
Couldn't be cuter.
Very cute.
Ready to go. Kick 3.
I sent out an invitation to her and her father.
Down the
Going
ramp.
down the ramp. Oh.
Never
nice.
touches the
whole
ground.
thing.
Now look at the explosion as she goes from side to side here, almost on double set. I mean, you see that kind of movement out of a young girl like this who's only 2 years old. Whew.
And look at that, no hands. All right.
Now talk about proprioception here. That's what's going to be required here.
Balance, flex.
Look at the balance. You see spatial awareness. She knows where she is in space.
And now onto the new obstacle, the teeter log.
Uh-oh, watch out for the teeter log. They're watching you, and look at right in front of Minnie Mouse.
Whoa. Almost falls off there. Now onto the cargo climb.
I can tell you,
Very quickly up the cargo climb. Up to the top. Over the log.
I also like that.
She's on the roof.
Yep.
Look at the storage.
Dad let his 2-year-old on top of the roof.
Wow. And spanned it with plywood.
Yep.
See there.
Comes.
Not really sure what that is.
Boy, it just brought a whole new meaning to raise the roof.
All right, now she's
Wow, she's going back down the side of the roof, onto another pallet. Woo. Her dad must drive a 18-wheeler or something. There's a lot of pallet-oriented.
Here's what I don't know.
Oh, she's going down the zip line.
Yeah, over all the dollies.
Over all the dollies.
course today.
Oh, look at that.
And does she go two-handed? No, she does not.
One-handed zip line.
That is massive grip strength right there.
That's grip.
I gotta show my son this video to shame him because he's 10 and scared to ride a bicycle. So this I must show him.
That might have a lot to do with you, though.
Wow.
Uh-oh, she's about to do the splits. And look at the core strength that she has to have here.
Collection, but
Again, there's a pallet theme. Find out what this guy did for a living. It's something with shipping, receiving, or driving an 18-wheeler. This guy works on a loading dock.
Now, I want you to notice the Christmas trees in the back. He saved every single Christmas tree for her.
Oh, yeah, we see a lot of Christmas trees.
So she's 5 years old.
By the way,
Good deduction.
if somebody lights a cigarette in this guy's backyard,
Going up.
it is really going up like a pep rally in Texas. Like, this thing is a fire hazard.
And that says no carts
No
right there.
cards. Round it
She's
down.
got to run the ramp.
It's called the North Wall. And she's up.
Oh my God! And more pallets, everybody. Unbelievable.
How great is that?
To be honest, did you get teary-eyed?
I did, but more about my own childhood. Back in 1973 when I was like, Dad, could you put together this slot car set? No. Okay, moving on. Dad said burn these calories. Also, I was kind of thinking about the neighbors, like when this guy was setting this thing up.
Damn!
Mrs. Kravitz looking through the window.
That's a
I'm like,
blowout.
remember saying to her husband, Dean, yeah, remember when the Johnsons were building a half pipe and you were super pissed off about that? Yeah. Well, drink your Maalox, sweetie. Be prepared to go through the roof because I can't even see what's going on.
The HOA is not going to be happy.
How many millions of people watch this so far on Facebook?
Oh,
Is
when
it-
I saw it, it was like 1.4. It's got to be way bigger now.
Wow, yeah, I mean, it's just going crazy. I mean,
Nowhere.
yeah, my personal banker hit me up this morning and said, hey, man, I'm sorry to hit you up, but you have to see this.
Yeah.
I
And then he said, say hi to Mom. Now, wait a minute. This guy's got a couple dead Christmas trees and 500 pallets. Like, all this guy needs is a barrel of kerosene that's just out of the shot. I mean, that is one big firebox, tinder box. The fire marshal's got to shut that place in now, right? You can't have pallets everywhere. I'm sorry. Safety
can't have
first.
pallets
Where's
everywhere.
OSHA? Gary, you find out what this dude does for a living, and I will guarantee it's something to do with a pallet.
If you get his information, please just give him my Twitter or something, email or something, because I really want to reach out to him and invite his daughter, he and his daughter out to Ninja Warrior next year.
And she is 3.5.
I know, he said a tree for every year, for every Christmas that she has, so I guess she doesn't want him to throw away the Christmas tree. So,
There's mulching in the back.
All right, let's do a little news. Shall we do some news? Sorry, go ahead.
Well, after a week of speculation, the Rolling Stones have announced the release of their 25th studio album called Blue and Lonesome. Described as, quote, 5 decades in the making in just 3 days to record, the album is a collection of blues covers, which takes the band back to their roots in the genre. It drops December 2nd, and I have a sample track for you. It's Just Your Fool by Little Walter.